Right, okay guys, so as the title suggests, this is a channel update video. Now, just to make you aware right from the start, if I do start looking over here, it's because I've got a list, so I don't forget anything I want to mention. It's not a long list, but there are a couple of bits I want to elaborate on, so I've made a list. Now, obviously I've had quite a busy, 12 days, because I've been off work, I had some holiday, and we visited a couple of places. But also, I'm going to have some busy weeks coming up, and some busy days, actually. The next week's going to be fairly busy for me. So, I just want to do a channel update video just to go through things, really. So, as you're probably already aware, if you've watched the video I did, we went up and saw Scott, Sega Zombie, at the Retro Realm. Now, I say we, because it was basically my wife surprised me with this. I didn't even know it was going to happen. Originally, I was planning to go up there with Martin, the Hobby Lodge, and the missus out of the blue just said to me, "You've just been paid, haven't you?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "How are your finances this month?" I said, "Well, I'll have a look." And she went, "All right, well, hurry up." And I said, "Why? What's the rush?" She's like, "Well, I was thinking," and then she dropped it on me. So it was a surprise. Like, we ended up going the very next day. So, yeah, and we really enjoyed ourselves. Nice to meet Scott. I know the boys really enjoyed themselves. I think they were a little bit starstruck with Scott. And I had a good conversation with him. The missus, gaming's not really her thing, but, she seemed to be getting along with, just fine. So yeah, it was a good day. And Ipswich is a good town in general, because we then went to Game Exchange, and there's a video coming on something that's related to that later on. We nipped into Smith's, and I had a bargain in there, so did Connor, with a couple of Funko Pops we was after that seemed to be astronomical prices online, but we picked them up very cheap in the Entertainer. Went in CX, didn't really see anything in there, but that is a massive CX. I mean, it's 2 floors, so yeah, so we had a good time there. And then after that, the main reason that my missus wanted to go up there, she wanted to go to Jimmy's farm. If you've watched the programme on TV, he's got his own farm. They've done a programme on it. I'm not sure how many series now, but the missus wanted to go there, and we went. Admittedly, it wasn't the best time we could have had, because it rained all day. So we got pretty soaked, and we was all quite miserable when we left, which was a shame. But either way out, good day out, really enjoyed it. So, and also, and can't forget this, I picked up one of my nostalgic things from being a kid. This is what got me into gaming, and at the time it wasn't even mine. Now, if you want to know more about it, watch the Retro Realm video, because I go into more detail on that. But I've been after one of these ever since I was a kid, and just hold it up closer. It's Alien Attack. It's a Tomy game, but it's got Konami written on it as well. So this is an LCD game. Now, at some point I'm going to do a short, just so people who aren't aware of what these are can just have a look, because it's a piece of gaming history. It's important not to forget these, and I got it for a fantastic price, and I'm really happy with it. So, yeah, had to have this in my collection. I've been going on at Scott for a while. Has it gone? No. Has it gone? No. Good. That's coming home with me when I get there. So, and it did, and I got it for a great price. So I'm really happy I've got it. And like I say, if you want to hear the full story about it, go and check out the Retro Realm video. I talk about it there. Right, so that's the Retro Realm. And then on Sunday just gone, I got a visit from the Retro Chef Lee, and myself, Lee, my youngest boy Connor, we head down to Martin, the Hobby Lodge, and paid him a visit. And so Lee hadn't met him yet, so it was his first time. Obviously, I've been down there a couple of times already, and we just had a natter really for about 3 hours. Connor joined in here and there, but he was mainly watching Martin's son playing PS5, so he had a new game running at the time. We was all sort of looking at it in between talking, but yeah, and we had a good old chat, it weren't about filming and all that sort of stuff. It was just 3 mates having a chat, and yeah, really enjoyed myself. I think the missus probably enjoyed it too, because she got rid of me and Connor for a bit, so she had the place to herself. So she probably enjoyed it too. But yeah, and Connor was blown away by the Hobby Lodge, because obviously it's his first time seeing it for real. He's only seen it on the video I did. So yeah, he seemed to be like I was when I first walked in there. Where do I look first? Sort of thing. So yeah, So that was a good day. It was nice to catch up with Lee again. It was good to catch up with Martin again. And also, Lee gave me a gift. I'll show that in a pickups video coming up at some point. But yeah, he was really kind. He brought something down that I was after. And I said to him, how much do you want for it? And he said, no, you just have it, mate. It's me. Come on. So, yeah, you know, Lee's a nice guy and he does things like this. Like, you know, and that's why he's a very good friend of mine. So, not just because he gives things, obviously, but because he's just a very nice guy. And yeah, he's a very good friend of mine. So yeah, that was the Hobby Lodge. So next part. Now this is why I'm looking at my list. So this Sunday coming up, 8 PM, Retro Chef's channel. We're going to be on a swap shop. And I say we because Connor normally joins me. I've got a few bits to show on there, although probably not as much as I did have, because I did take some stuff down to the retro realm to trade in, but I think I should still have enough to do the whole show, if you like. So yeah, so if you haven't checked out Swap Shop before, make sure you go over to Retro Chef's channel, set yourself a little reminder. Basically, it's just like how it sounds. You know, you had a TV program back in the day called Swap Shop. People rang in and then they swapped things. Same sort of difference. You don't have to just swap. Sometimes you might sell, but it's the same sort of general idea. Difference is you're doing it over YouTube. So, and regardless of that, it's always a good laugh. You know, the chat's always very active. There's always a lot of banter going on in there. And then you've obviously also got the conversation at the end. We always have like a topic we talk about at the end. So it's just good fun. So if you haven't checked out Swap Shop before, get yourself over there now. Set a reminder, 8 o'clock Sunday, and we'll be there too. So yeah, looking forward to that. I always look forward to a swap shop, and I always look forward to doing streams with Lee. So it'll be a great night. Right, moving on. So, Retro 5 stream. If you aren't already aware, our next one is this Wednesday, the 16th of March. We planned that one out pretty quickly. Normally, we have a bit of trouble trying to figure out a date when all 5 of us are free. But this one was quite an easy one. We looked at who was off when, and we all seem to be free on the Wednesday, 16th, same date as it was on February. So yeah, it worked out really well. So, yep, 16th of March, 8 PM. Not sure what channel it's going to be on this time. I know that we're all starting to take it in turns, hosting, but a couple of us are in a situation where we've not used StreamYard before, so we're learning it. I've had a small rundown on what does what, but I haven't actually done a stream yet, which kind of leads me into the next topic in a minute, but we'll get to that. So at the moment, I don't feel I'm confident enough to host a show. I just don't want to mess it up. So I need practice. So we're not quite sure yet who's going to be hosting. So just keep your eyes open. Minute there's a link and we know who it's with, it'll go up on the Retro 5 Facebook group. I'll share it on my group, and I imagine everyone else will as well. So it'll all come to light very soon. Right, okay, then moving on to the other thing that this leads into. Right, so you might have noticed I do the Retro 5, and I do that with Si, Scott. I also do it with Lee and Paul. Now, if you notice, Paul's got his own stream. He's got the quiz. Lee's got his own stream. He's got the swap shop. I haven't got a stream. And I thought, well, you know, I need to get some practice on StreamYard. And Paul said to me, he said, well, why don't you start your own stream up and then you get your practice, you know? It takes the pressure off a bit, because obviously the Retro 5 is normally very busy in the chat and trying to keep up with everything and the questions. He said, you know, you ever thought about starting your own stream? And I said, yeah, that ain't a bad idea. And eventually it come down to this. So I have a love for 8-bit microsystems, which you might have already realised. You know, if you've been watching the channel, you'll notice that generally once a week on a Friday, I do an 8-bit video of some sort. So it only made sense to do a micro stream. And when I looked around, nobody else was doing it. So it was like, right, okay, I know what the stream's going to be. So I went straight to Paul. Paul, you fancy being on it? Of course. Spoke to Si, another person who loves his 8-bit. Yep, of course I'll do it. Spoke to Scott, another person who likes his 8-bit micros. All of them straight away, yeah, let's do it. So, next Wednesday, 2nd of March, there'll be a new stream on my channel. And like I say now, I am learning, so bear with me, guys. I might get a couple of things wrong on this. But it's called Micromaniacs. And the whole reason for the stream is it's to talk about 8-bit micros. And this will be all things 8-bit micros. It won't be one in particular. It won't be one thing in particular. We're going to cover all sorts. Not going to be a long stream, aiming probably for about an hour, you know, each time. But I'm thinking, you know, if it does all right, then maybe we'll do this on a monthly basis. So just wanted to put it out there on this video because this is a new challenge for me. This is something we haven't done on the channel before. And I feel that the channel, we're sort of growing, you know, like slowly. But if you look at where we started and where we are now, things have really changed. And I really have got this sort of driving force to try and improve and do something different and push yourself, you know. So yeah, when Paul said, well, you know, why don't you start your own stream? I thought, you know what, like if you had said this to me 6 months, a year ago, I would have gone, nah, no way. But now it's like, well, actually, that ain't a bad idea. So, and I mean, you know, we all come from it from different angles. So I think it'd be a really interesting stream. So it'll definitely be different. So if you like your 8-bit micros, or maybe even if you don't and you want to learn a little bit about 8-bit micros, not everybody grew up with them. And some people might not be aware of what they are. Other people might be thinking, well, I'd like to know more. I only ever had consoles. This would be a perfect stream for you to watch, you know. If you were into it and you have the nostalgia for it, perfect for that. If you want to learn more about micros, again, perfect for that. And of course, you know, if you're all there and you're making comments in the chat, and like I say, I am learning, I will do my best to try and get your comments up so that we can answer things, you know. So I think it'll be good fun, and it'll be something different for me. I'm really looking forward to it, if I'm honest, because it's something new, it's something I can sink my teeth into, and it's something else I can learn. So, and I do like to learn. Like, I'm one of these people, I'm not happy to go through life ignorant. If there's something I don't know, I want to know it. I want to learn. So yeah, I've got a bit of a driving force at the moment that's really like pushing me. So yeah, this will be good for the channel. It'll be good for me to learn something new. And it'll also be good to just interact with everybody, you know, so I'm really looking forward to it. Right, okay, so that's the end of my channel update video. Quite a bit packed in there. So yeah, you can see now why I've got the list. So yeah, hopefully you'll check out all these things I've mentioned. And all there is left to say, guys, until next time, take care, stay safe, Nerdy Geezer out.